2 years ago, the Blue Angels took over the skies in Duluth. As you can see here, they're showing off their skills back in 2023. Pretty incredible.
Yeah, those infamous Blue Angels landed in Duluth today, providing a very early preview of what folks can expect next July during the 2025 Duluth Airshow.
Northern News Now's Ryan Hayes caught up with them as they prepare.
Returning to Duluth on a special weekend. The theme for this year's air show is fitting: red, white, and blues, to celebrate the return of the Blue Angels to Duluth on July 4th weekend. The show will be kicked off by a Lockheed Martin C-130J Hercules aircraft with an appropriate nickname.
Bad Albert will do about a 10-minute flight demonstration showing kind of the max performance characteristics and handling capabilities of that aircraft.
Following that, 2 demonstrations by F-18s like the one we saw fly into DLH today.
The 6-plane flight demonstration known as the Delta. We've got the Diamond, which is the 4 pilots working together, kind of showcasing that precision.
Duluth Mayor Roger Reiner welcoming the Blue Angels with open arms.
The air show is exciting. I hope to see everybody there this summer, especially because it's featuring the Navy Blue Angels.
He says the airport is critical to the city's infrastructure, and having the Blue Angels come to town is a great way to showcase it.
And it's not just about the jobs that are connected to the airport. Importantly, it's also about that transportation connection.
Both Blue Angels Major Scott Locks and Lieutenant Commander Lily Montana say they're excited to be coming to Duluth this summer and to come say hi if you see them at the show. In Duluth, Ryan Hayes, Northern News Now.
And 2025 is going to mark 25 years for the Duluth Air Show. You can head over to northernnewsnow.com for more information about this year's event, including where you can get tickets.